Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? Happy Sunday, or Monday for those who are in that neck of the woods. I am sleepy. And it's been a little bit over a week since my last stream, so I'm trying to get back into it as best as I can. Realizing with these lights pointed directly at my eyes that my glasses are filthy, so I'm going to clean those real quick. But Diggs, BT Dubs 7, how are you, my friend? Welcome into the chat. We are just trying to chill today as best as we can. And I'm trying to specifically try to chill as best as I can because I have to go to the last performance of a show that I designed and get it all struck and put away, which will be a fun little challenge for the day. But nothing we can't handle, but something we do have to prepare for. I also need to jump in because I was watching one of my last VODs. I need to tweak the EQ settings on this microphone a little bit. Especially since I've got it a little bit closer to my mouth. For the longest time, it used to be way over here. And my settings were, obviously the input's a little bit lower now, which is why this is so much more quiet. But I realized as I was doing things, if the microphone is way up here, I can actually see everything on my desk a bit better. It doesn't block my screens, and I think this is just overall the better way to play and the better way to stream. So my hope is to keep things up here for the time being, which means I need to tweak some of my settings because they were all set up for my microphone being a little bit further away. I need coffee. Hold on. This is the last stream that will have the super fancy D20 in the background on a regular basis. It'll go back to the nice purple. I've been without my control box. I let the show use it. So that means this is just running on a standard like loop set. And all of my other DMX devices are doing the same. They're just set to a purple that I like. So that way I have some background color. Otherwise, it would look like this. And that's just a weird look. So oh, wow. Sorry about that. I'm actually able to have something in the background, which is nice. But, yeah. Today, the goal for today is that we are going to probably jump back on Chanland because we haven't in a while. And I want to jump on there and do some, did a little bit of housekeeping the other day. And as I was doing it, I realized that there's just a lot of almost builds. Does that make sense? Like a lot of things that we started, had good intentions, and just did not finish. So I wanted to jump in and play around a little bit and see what we can't. Maybe dial in a little bit. I started yesterday in particular. I jumped on and I played for a little bit and got the enchantment dungeon that we've been wanting to kind of get rid of because it was kind of a little bit of an eyesore for a bit. Wanted to kind of strip it down to its basics and then build it back up because we got some other way better builds around it. And I don't know what I want to do quite yet, but I know that one of the big things that I want to try to accomplish in that area is make an aesthetic, because when we first started Chanland, we definitely took over a village that already existed. And you can totally tell. Like, you look at some of the buildings that exist, some of the things that we've repurposed. It's very clearly a village that we just decided to take over. Which means there's a lot of very stock buildings and structures. And I'd really like to see if I can negate some of that sameness, some of that look, and go more along the lines of what I did for our we have a super smelter. Well, it's not really a super smelter as much as an automatic furnace building. And it's in the theme of like a log cabin. And I think it looks pretty cool. I've definitely improved my style since I last built that one. But bouncing off that idea that this is kind of a village that's just outside of a castle, and we need to populate it with things. So the enchantment dungeon made sense by itself, but as soon as we built the castle, it then just kind of looked like a sub castle, and I didn't like that. So I tore it down to its extreme basics, and now we don't have to worry about having this other thing just out there that looks like a castle. So now we can maybe make it into like a church or a cleric's space. And that was one thing I definitely thought about doing, was if we get a tried and true cleric villager, that we could then freshen up that space and have the cleric villager kind of live down there. And then we could go down there for any trades that we may need. I did have a cleric villager for a while, and then we had a small little error happen in our mod team. We were going in and doing some housekeeping and trying to get rid of some entity issues, and we accidentally wiped spawn. So all of our villagers that were there got wiped. The cows and sheep and all the stuff that we had near spawn all wiped out, which sucks. It really does. But it did allow us to kind of take stock a little bit and go, well, what do we actually need? So yeah, that has been an interesting little unexpected turn of events, but it did help out a little bit in kind of awakening that part of my brain again to be like, well, then what do we need over here? So I'm happy for that. But before we get into it, I want to do the classic thing that we do on these Sunday streams, is I wanted to talk about where I've been since last I streamed, what I'm up to currently, and then what I'm preparing for and planning for in the near future. Not just with stream, but with my life. So where have I been? Well, I went and opened up a show. We did a tech week last week, and it was a lot. It was a big process, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of big changes that I didn't necessarily plan for, but past Dustin definitely set himself up to allow these changes to happen, even though they were a lot of work. It definitely allowed me to kind of take stock in what I should look at as definite and things that are flexible. So I'm glad I got that opportunity to kind of jump into that process a bit more, because I haven't in a while. I'm very much this is how it's going to go. And if things come up, we'll adjust along the way, but the overarching plan is still the plan. But this last tech week allowed me to kind of look at my whole plan and go, yeah, but does that really need to be the end game? Can the end game be different? And the answer is yes. I made some big changes. It was supposed to be two double stacks of projectors, so 4 projectors on either side pointed this way. Realized that isn't possible, so I had to shift these two to the middle. And then I realized as I was progressing, these 2 projectors were really only hitting 2 areas while the other projectors were doing everything else. So after a conversation with my director that one of those areas had to go away for sightlines, I went, the other area isn't important enough just for one projector. So I moved the other 2. So now all 4 of them sit center. So all 4 projectors are sitting in the center of the house, pointed near the same areas, but allow me to have the images be 4 times as bright as they should be. And I think that is so nice. So all of that on top of I may or may not have celebrated my birthday. Here's the thing. I was planning, as some of you may know, if you're listening out there, lurking or otherwise, I was planning on doing Tears of the Kingdom as soon as it came out because it was coming out a week before my birthday. And I was like, I'm going to buy it and we're going to jump on it. It's going to be great. I did not plan on this show that I just did consuming all of my free time to the point that I just can't commit to that game right now. And I do not want to purchase the game and let it sit there for weeks before I'm ready for it. So I didn't buy it when it first came out. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to, and I didn't make that call. Currently still haven't purchased it because again, I can't commit to it. But after today, I'm able to look at my schedule and see where things go, and I would love to be able to start it next week. If that's the case, I will keep you all posted. It will be in the Discord. That is the wrong. That was fun. It didn't transfer over my keyboard. It will be in the Discord. That is where most of my big updates are. Otherwise, you can check out, again, my other links over here for my socials and what I use on a regular basis. So that way we can stay connected. You can stay informed. So as I progress through this whole show process and realized that Tears of the Kingdom wasn't going to be a thing, I started to reevaluate, well, then what can I do? What can I jump into and kind of feel confident that what I'm doing is not only fun for me, because that's important, but entertaining for you all. So one of the biggest things that I want to keep on doing is the growth SMP stuff. That has been a lot of fun. Before we jump into Chanland, I want to jump in the growth SMP and just show off some of the changes that I've made in that to my starter base. It's between a starter and mega base. Like it's right there in that middle ground where I'm going to put interiors in it. I'm going to progress it with the understanding that once I get closer to end game, I want to make something a little bit bigger. But right now it's nice. It's like, I would say 50 blocks by 50 blocks, and it's another 30 blocks tall if you include the basement. And it's a log cabin. I mentioned before the auto smelting place. In Chanland, I took that idea and I built on it and I made it better. That was weird. I just heard a notification. I have no idea what it was. But yeah, so. Oh, that's what that was. Okay. So again, the ultimate goal through all this last week was just to make sure that I got that show up and that I was preparing for what I was going to do from an next stream coming, and if it was going to be Tears of the Kingdom. It was not. I figured that out. So today we're doing something a little bit more chill. We're going to jump in Chanland. We're going to have a little bit of fun for about 2 hours, hour and a half by the time I probably actually get in there. And then, that is going to be, what we're up to. Speaking of me personally, Um, I am getting myself on a routine, and this is, trigger warning, talking about mental health and therapy and stuff. Um, I've gotten myself into the habit, or not the habit, the uh, routine that I have a therapy appointment the Monday after a big opening weekend of a show. Um, as I look down the pipeline, I'm looking at that schedule and it looks like it's actually going to really work out for me. And it means that I can kind of debrief after I open up a big stressful thing. So I'm really excited that I have that opportunity, and it's really helped me unlock something. And there's just something about being able to have that routine, just that constant, that this happens, then this happens, then this happens, that just sets my mind at ease. And I've been really happy to be able to pull that off. And my therapy sessions have been really great. They've been all over the place. Like, I don't think I've talked about the same subject in a therapy session for the last month or two. um, but therapy works for me. So I'm very happy. Um, so yeah, that's where I've been, what I've been up to today. So like I mentioned today, we are striking that show. It ran 2 weekends, and they are doing the final performance at 2:00. I believe Punkin and I are going to go see it at 2, and then I'm sticking around to get things prepped so that way we can strike the thing in and around 5:30. So we'll tear stuff down, make sure we keep the stuff that we're keeping, and then going from there. I think what I'm most excited / nervous about when it comes to the process is that we're striking this, and then on Tuesday, after lighting is all done with what they're doing today, Tuesday, I'm having everybody come back in, not everybody, my shop staff and a couple others, so that way we can rehang our rep plot. It's only a handful of lights. I think it's a total of 24 or 32 lights, so not that big of a hang, but I'm going to have them refocus and point things in a way so that way it can get used for whatever goes into that space. So that is something I have to prep and plan for today as we're doing things, so that way everybody understands that's an end goal we have to worry about. After the show is struck and everything, I'll be coming home and helping Punkin on a project, so I'm excited about that. And yeah, today overall, aside from right now, what we're doing today on stream is just a lot more of the design and conquer mentality. It's just, I designed this show, it's up and running. We conquered that story in all of its facets to be able to tell it to audiences, and now we're going to strike it and call it done. We are going to sit down with Punkin and work some things through so that way we can accomplish a project that she needs done today. We're going to get that thing conquered. I'm very excited. And then we're designing and planning for those next things coming up down the pipeline so that way we can conquer those next. So I'm very excited. And then where am I headed? I've kind of alluded to it in both of these two areas, but just to solidify some things, we are definitely going to keep with the Minecraft stuff. Definitely going to pick up Tears of the Kingdom sooner rather than later, so that way we can jump on that. Which means we're going to be bringing back the Play Me a Story series, if you will. So that way we'll go through that, and I'll only play on camera, so that way it'll be a nice playthrough for everybody, and we'll get to watch that thing unfold. And then I'm also looking at bringing some D&D content back, because for a while I've been really wanting to jump in and play again, and that motivation is getting stronger and stronger, and I'm not sure the best way to jump in on that rather than, I don't know where these notifications are coming from. rather than saying like, no, I can't, this and this, this and this. I was just like, no, that creative itch needs to get scratched. So I need to find a way. So whether that's content on here or I do it in my personal life, I'm not sure right now. So good morning, Pocket Sized Bard. How are you? Just got done talking about the show that you and I just finished, I guess. It's one more show and strike today, but we're talking about some of the things that are coming down the pipeline, things that we're excited about. For my work stuff, there's a new show project that we're working on that's going to open on the 8th. It is a one night only event, but we need to do all the install on the 7th, all throughout the day on the 8th, do the event that night, and then strike that night. So over the course of about 30 hours, we'll go from load in to load out, and we'll do a whole show. So I'm excited about that. That's beginning of June. And then I'm hoping to actually do some fun stuff down the pipeline. Big stuff includes like a trip down to visit my brother. He is in Tennessee. Potentially a nice little Florida trip down to Universal. But all of these things that we're trying to shoot for and hope for, and we're just in those design stages, like I mentioned before. I also am in final discussions and agreements for another design for the Michigan Shakespeare Festival. They actually do all of their productions in the theater that's only like 6 minutes down the road from me. So it's one of those, and actually a place I used to work. So it's one of those like, wow, all these stars are kind of in a line. I just got to finalize the contract and make sure that everything is copacetic and that we're all happy with the agreement that we're making. Yes, MSF is actually in the Cherry Hill space. Not to dox myself, but 6 minutes away from Cherry Hill could be anything. But yeah, that is their current resident location. SM, probably at least ASM. I know they're also potentially looking for a production manager in the future. I would definitely reach out. I think you can go to I think it's mishakesfest.com or .org. Just Google Michigan Shakespeare Festival. And then they have an area for careers and jobs and apply to work and stuff like that. Hey, there you go. I think something you would be very good in, and again, would always be super great to work with you again. Update that resume. That is very important. But yeah, my friends, that's where we're headed. That's what we're getting ourselves into. And I think with that, it's probably a good a time as any for us to jump into what we were going to do today. Let's switch this to that and hope that actually works. It looks like it did. Like I mentioned, we're going to jump quickly, temporarily, over to Growth SMP just to show off what we've been working on over there. And then we'll jump into Chanland proper and see what work we can get done in Chanland. Here we go. Also, I got my music kind of dialed in on Minecraft, and I'm going to let the Minecraft music play today. So, this is the interior, so I'll go outside. What time of day is it? Okay, so it's the middle of the morning. Do we have enough blocks to stack up? We do. Let's head out front. Got my shaders on. And there is a specific block over here that I really like standing on. Yep, this dirt block. That gets a very good view of my base. Look at that. I am so happy with how this has turned out. I planted all these trees the other day. I did some details on the actual like exterior of the house to kind of frame it out. But I'm so happy with how it looks. I mean, this is it without shaders, so it doesn't look as nice. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. I spent some time recently doing a little bit of villager grinding because I just didn't like how fast I was going through my diamond swords or my diamond axes to make a wood structure like this. So I got a couple villagers in my basement tucked over here. I tried to get them to breed, but it is not working, and I'm not sure why. So I'm gonna have to work on that a little bit. Yeah. This is the main floor, the first floor. Nice little strong fireplace, and as you saw in the basement, fireplace extends all the way through the house. Just like a normal log cabin would have, is that it's just got different layers of support, so that way you can have warmth on all the floors. My temporary crafting and storage is tucked in that corner for now. Back door, nothing really exciting. Up the stairs, we have the second floor, which is where I want to have, obviously, my nice bed. I'm working on this area. I'm not sure if I want to do a balcony or what off the back, or if I want to do a stair that heads down so that way you can get out of the house from the second floor. But yeah, like, this fireplace is prevalent on all floors, so that way it just gives this presence of being this big old thing. So I got these dormers on either side that stick out, and then the actual front porch, or the front balcony, looks out into the lake, wraps around on all sides. Very excited about this. Still got a lot of work to do. And we got the wraparound porch that I started working on one of the last times I streamed from here. But we're just in a much better spot with it. I actually just realized something. I want to make a quick adjustment, so please hold. I'm actually going to bring this up. And I'm going to bring this up too. There we go. That should look a little bit better for us, given what game we're playing. And that's the other thing. I'm going to be doing a lot over the next few weeks, is I want to refine some things, because I've been doing things very similarly all the time for a long time, and I want to make some adjustments. So, but yeah, I'm a big fan of this thing. I got to do some support beams or something under here because I think it looks a little like it's just floating. So we'll make some adjustments, but yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at in Growth SMP. I'm very excited and happy for this thing, and we'll play a bit more in there in the very near future. So. Because my computer can handle it, I've been playing with shaders a lot more, which is something that I wasn't really able to do with my previous computer. So that makes me very happy that I'm able to do so. Another thing that I need to figure out in the very near future is my layout of devices, because I set up and redid my setup so that way I had more room to actually work. But now I've, again, this kind of like snowball of inherited processes that I realized I'm doing a lot of things. What do you mean? There we go. I'm doing a lot of things that, excuse me. I'm doing a lot of things in my my process that aren't exactly efficient. I'm doing things very much from a standpoint of not hopes and dreams, but um I'm convincing myself, or I'm telling myself, Dustin, you don't have to squeeze yourself into this tiny little box when you have the room to expand. So I'm going to be hopefully digging into that idea a little bit more. But one of the things I did in Chandland recently is I moved all of these blocks to down here. They were up here, and because you're grabbing from here, I thought it made a lot more sense to grab stuff and then actually see what you're grabbing. This is the danger block. That one hurts when you stand on it. But everything else is laid out exactly like what's in that chest, or those series of chests, is what you see on the ground in front. This sandstone one there's a couple of them that just don't really fit the mold of what I was trying to do, but I'm not sure what else I can do except put it up top like I did, and I think this just makes sense. I did think about putting it on the actual hopper that's here, so it looks a little bit more like this. But I thought that was an eyesore. Like, it just sticks out. Just don't think it looks good. I got a bunch of supplies to dump off. I went on a little mining mission and got some stuff while I was out. I think that's everything. Yeah, I think everything else is, yeah, all my shulker boxes are empty. Got some nice ore. I'm gonna have to put in my ore chest. I don't break stuff unless I have a stack of ore. Like, I have enough supplies that I've broken in, like, early game that I don't really need to constantly break the ore and have it in its usable form. So I like to keep things in its ore form as long as I can, especially the older ore, like classic diamond ore and classic redstone ore. It's not deep slate. Because when I track that stuff down, I'm just like, that's rare now, because we started this server in 1.16. So diamond level was 11. But we have since upgraded the server a few times. So yeah, made those changes in here. Nothing too fancy. Obviously, you got the grass. And then this is the part that probably upsets me the most about the way this is now laid out. I do not like this. I just don't think that looks good. I mean, it's accurate, but still, it's this, like, I don't know, item frames on the floor just doesn't look good to me. And I have it down here too, and I don't like it. I will say I can label these and have a floating name on them, which I'm not mad about. Like, if I go over here real quick, I mean, this is an obnoxious way to use a single point, but I can, And then when I put it in the item frame, it'll actually give me the name of what the item is when I look at it. So that's kind of cool. But I don't want a bunch of item frames because it'll cause so much lag in this area. So I only have what I absolutely need to on frames. Otherwise, it's the block. But yeah. So just a couple housekeeping things that I did just recently. We'll let that run. It's going through the obsidian, so it's almost done. Okay. But yeah, another thing, and a conversation I had with a couple people, is that this storage thing, though really, really nice, is not super efficient with certain things. One of which is that if an item doesn't find its chest the first time around and goes to the oops chest that's at the very end, I'm kind of left throwing it back in the system and just hoping. Like, see, two deep slate. I have deep slate. It's right over there. But for some reason, it decided it wasn't going to go in its chest. Now, if I drop them again, hopefully it gets picked up. Yep, got picked up. So now it worked. But, like, the fact that there's some that just get skipped is unfortunate. That being said, having this oop chest means it's not a big deal, but it's also just inconvenient. So one of the thoughts that I had was to have this loop back to the start. And well, it would probably loop back here. So that way it's before this. And that it would be a either a pressure plate or something that it would go over. So that way it would allow this to open. And that way, if it's a single item, it just goes back around once, basically. But I can't figure out, and this is where the redstone knowledge kind of gets a little bit of a wall for me, is I can't figure out how I could do that and allow one item to loop around once, but when it comes back around twice, it just goes in the oops chest. Like, it goes around once to double check, hey, did you actually not have a chest that you need to go into? Oh, you don't? Okay, now oops chest. I can't really figure out a way to do that with redstone that isn't like this obnoxious coder, like a red coder or something that lives over here. So, I digress. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm not sure if it's a send the item this way, do a coding thing in this area, and then send it to where it needs to go from there. I'm not sure. Because I know that there's a way for me to take every item that exists and make a filter. And if the item exists in that filter, it means it exists out here and it sends it back into the system. And if it doesn't exist, it sends it here. But isn't that what I'm doing already? I don't know. It seems like needless redstone, so I don't want to invest time if I don't have to. Also, pocket-sized bard. If you're by your computer, I wouldn't mind a buddy. No pressure. So let's throw on, because I said I've been playing with them, and this whole time I haven't been. Play with some shaders. My home. Our 2 dragon eggs. The one we did on Bedrock, the one that we did on Java. Because we reset the end when we switched to Java. So we got both dragons, which is something that we were very, very proud of. So yeah, you'll notice over here, there ain't no enchantment dungeon anymore. There's an entrance over here, but that's something I want to touch on today and play with, but I do need some supplies from my house. So we're going to grab a couple. Sorry, just barely missed it. Doing a what? I don't know what I said. That's a lot of amethyst. I don't know if I want to use that much. We might just start... We might open up the space first, and then we'll go from there. I'm not sure what I was saying and what you missed. Something, so pressure. Oh, I have no idea. Thank you! I actually had to fix this mug today. A couple weeks into owning it the first time, I dropped it and it landed on the handle and it cracked the bottom. I put a little bit of glue where the crack was and I was fine, but I realized the crack actually went all the way through. So I did more super glue and I did the baking soda trick. For those of you who don't know, if you add baking soda to the super glue, it does two things. One, it makes it cure faster, so that way you don't have to worry about the dry time. And two, the baking soda mixes with the super glue and actually makes the bond a little bit stronger, because it's not just the glue holding on, you also have baking soda that kind of permeated through that glue a little bit. So in theory, I mean, it looks a little ugly, like you can see the baking soda, but I can fix that. That's easy. In theory, this is the strongest it will ever be. As long as I don't drop it again. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so this is now the new enchantment dungeon. You'll notice, for those of us who have been here previously, it used to be right here. There was a spiral staircase that went up and up to like a little dungeon thing. And actually, if I grab my Soak Doctor pick, you'll see some of the structure is still there. I just didn't want to fully get rid of it. But one thing I do want to do, because we do have this secret tunnel that gets us to and fro, is that I want to clear out this space around the current enchantment dungeon and see what we can't do for a better design. Because right now, I don't hate this. It's nice. But I don't know, it just doesn't, like, all these laid up right here. Like, it doesn't speak to me like it used to. So I like to clear out the area in and around this, expose some of the redstone so that way we can see if we can refine or adjust. And just clear out a little bit and see what we can't do to make this a little bit better. So first, take down all this cobblestone. We'll keep the amethyst. We'll use the amethyst as kind of a, like, what we're stripping down to sort of thing. Like, we're going to strip down to the amethyst and to the redstone. Yeah. See, all this redstone is so needlessly complicated. And I think it's because I wanted the switches to be up here. A lot of people do the switches on the floor, and that just, again, it didn't speak to me. It's not what I wanted. So now that we are making some adjustments, I think I'll tweak this even more and allow us to have some room. I also like the idea of the enchantment setup being like inside an amethyst geode, which is kind of where I was headed with this whole idea in the first place. But wasn't able to really do it to its fullest extent, which is why it looks the way it does. And as you can tell, this enchantment dungeon went in after the 1.18 update, when we got the amethyst. And also before 1.19 changed the spawning rates, or spawning light level of mobs, because I have so many pointless torches down here. Like if I throw on mini HUD, you can see all these that are at 10s and stuff like that. Like all of these are, yeah. So, but yeah, so I want to clear this out a little bit. And I have slowly but surely become a just show off the redstone person. Because for a long time, I thought you should hide it. And I realized, no, like, show it off. Like, you did all this work. Now, there's some redstone that I want to keep hidden because it just looks bad. But, like, this all looks bad because I don't know what I'm doing. Because, like, these are too low. Like, I could have them, like, if I get rid of this real quick, and I throw, that here, that here, that there, it works just fine. Why did I drop it down? There's no reason for me to have dropped it down like this. It's too obnoxious. And the only thing I can think of is that I decided that I wanted to because I think I built this because 1.19 is when we swapped to Java. So I think what I did was is that the Bedrock version of this whole thing is a lot more obnoxious when it comes to its layout, to the point that I don't think it works the same way. So then we are stuck in this whole attitude of putting it down so low so that way I can do what we need it to when it can just live right there. So I think I'm going to do that real quick just so that way we are a little bit more clean. And we know what we're building up to. Because that's another thing that I think is important, is understanding what things are going to look like when it's done. I gotta move that torch. Because like this one controls 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we should do boop, 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 boop. And then we need a repeater. There. And then that way this whole section is controlled. Do I even need that redstone? I do. Okay. But yeah, and then if I structure everything to look like this, then we should be all set. Like, now I know a lot of people that do redstone dust, or sorry, redstone repeaters only. So like they just put repeaters into it and then they can like delay it, and it's really cool. I love that, but I didn't have the resources at the time, which is why it's laid out the way it is. But like if I change the way this is laid out right now and just mimic the other side, then we didn't have to do this stupid thing. And that way everything is all on the same level and we don't have to stress. And I don't have all these differing layers of redstone, I can just do this. Because I think I did repeater into here, right? And then this one is a repeater, repeater, redstone, 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 redstone. Don't need this redstone here because that's there. And there we go. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this should look identical to the other side. Yep. Awesome. I do not like that it steps down the way it does because it means that it's not centered, but I'm going to live with it because it's not important. Yeah, because this one comes right down the middle, which is super nice. And I say middle because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this one does the same. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's actually got 2 redstone lines that come down. Because that didn't need to be stepped down quite yet. There we go. Now it's in the center. Cool. So now it's laid out, again, perfectly centered and all on the same levels. The redstone is easy to understand as you're in here, which is something that I could not say previously. Yeah, like I don't want stone here anymore. I want amethyst, which I didn't bring with me because I didn't want to... I wasn't at the rebuild stage yet. I was still at the what the hell am I doing stage. I also love very much that this is enclosed. I think that's a cool idea, but I don't think I like it enough to keep it with this new design. And I would rather have these pistons back. Oh, I'm running out of room. That in there, that in there, that in there. Yeah, see, I'm gaining all of this redstone stuff back. And we'll drop that in there so we can grab the ores one. Oop. Oh, I forgot to put the lever in there. So we'll get the lapis, redstone, classic diamond ore, deep slate gold. Oh, I can break this because we're at 64. Again, like, I have these weird arbitrary rules and stuff. Like, none of it really matters. And also all these piston things that I'm doing, like all of these, like, piston of the bookshelves and stuff. The only reason I'm doing it is that you can shift your enchant. So like if I go to here and I throw in, I don't really have any items that can be enchanted. Just like baseline items. Yeah, and there's a fishing rod in here so that way you can enchant or disenchant and cycle. But like if I go in here and I throw this here, and I don't like that it's Luck of the Sea 2, I can cycle the bookshelves. Oh no, it doesn't actually do what we need? If that's the case, I can get all this redstone back. I wouldn't be mad. Let's do that then. Again, cool concept early game, really enjoyed it, but if it's not going to do what I need, then I want all this stuff back. Because then we can make a setup that makes more sense for the way we do things now. Probably have to take a trip to the Enderman farm at some point during this stream, because, or maybe even after this stream, because all my gear is going to be damaged. You'll also notice that oh, I should probably keep this wall then, huh? I don't know what I was going to say. Sorry. So intense into doing the structure of all of this that I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, you'll notice... Oh, of course I say that just to remind myself that it doesn't matter. Silk touch to the bookshelves. But, let me drop this. But you'll notice that, oh, of course I just put that away so I can't actually show you. Haha. If I go in here, that this is going to be, yep, baseline enchants, because there's something obstructing all of the, all of the items, the bookshelves. So it doesn't know what to do with its life. So that's something we're going to have to worry about very soon, so that way this actually continues working. Because I don't have to use this very much anymore. But I do know that it is still necessary, especially for those who are the mid-game players, the ones who have only been here for a little while and don't have some of the bigger gear that a lot of us do. So I want to make sure that this is available for them. And the best way to do so is to just put things back up and just, again, make it usable and then make it pretty. It's a conversation I've actually had with people at my job, is just the attitude of make it functional, then make it look good. Because when we get ready for certain steps of the process, there's a lot of people that look at what we're doing and think, oh, wow, you're really far behind. It's just like, nope, we're not actually. We're exactly where we need to be. But I understand with your current limited knowledge of where we should be, and it's not limited as in uneducated. It's limited in the sense of you aren't around as much as we are. So you don't know what part of the process we're actually in. You just have a certain understanding from previous things, from just other discussions, but oh my god, Jamboree! How are you? Oh my god, I miss you. How are you? How are you? So good. It has been way too long. I agree. And actually, I went to Cedar Point the other day and told people, friends of mine that I was going with, I was just like, yep, had a student worked here and would not recommend it, just in case everybody was wondering. I was just like, oh. I was like, yep, just food for thought. That's what I got for you. Nope, not the block I wanted to move, but cool. But I really like the idea of the enchantment setup being inside a Amethyst Geode, and I can just structure it out as such. It is going to take me a minute because I want to fake a geode, which is probably going to be a bigger challenge than I'm giving myself understanding for. I kind of like that, but I don't love it. I'll figure it out. It'll do for now. Yeah, that's another thing that, like, I need to take into consideration as I'm doing stuff is this whole concept of an enchantment dungeon was a long time ago. Like, what we wanted to try to accomplish is so much longer ago than I think a lot of people understand. Yeah, I got a message from my supervisor asking if I wanted to come back this season. I was like, no, and I've already gotten another job. Yes, Pocket-Sized Bard mentioned a little bit about it. That is very exciting. I'm super freaking proud of you. Per usual, my students keep going and conquering things and making me proud. How dare they? Oh yeah, that looks terrible, but I'm going to keep it because that's who I am as a person. We'll have to... Oh, didn't mean to fly. Because now I... Come on. There we go. Excuse me. Thank you. How dare indeed. Well, because We all know in this chat, well, those who have currently been chatting, of the awesomeness that I think his Twitch name is Eric, so I'm not doxing him. But the amazing things that that human being is doing and just left to go do. So that has been nice. And awesome to see. I want the redstone box so I can put away redstone because I got a lot more. Lever. Is that all my redstone? No, it wasn't. Okay. We'll keep that up for now, but I am going to replace these. Is it kind of like the idea that you have to step up in to it? So it's like a thing. I don't know. I'm working. I'm working here. I also like the idea of this kind of being a floating structure and that I can fill the bottom of this with like dark blue glass and put water on top of it so it looks like it's a submerged item. I just think that would look cool. And I wish that amethyst stairs were a thing. I do know that purpur stairs are a thing. Do I actually have any purpur in my... I thought I had... Doesn't look like I do. I probably have some back at home, though. Let's have a quick flight, shall we? Ah! Almost didn't get hit. Where'd I put the end? Right there. Purpur stairs! Yes! I'm gonna take all three. And if I have to, I can always go back to the end for it. That's... honestly, it sounds a little terrifying, but totally doable. I think purpur stairs. Oh, I hate that it's not darker. I'll live with it. That looks kind of cool. I do want the roof to be a little bit taller, though. Which means probably putting back some of the stuff that I took down. Resubscribe! Yeah, and then eventually I had to come in here and kind of cover up some stuff. Well, and since things aren't moving anymore, I can move all of this stuff up. It doesn't need to be here anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll figure it out. Let's start actually placing some things, because I'm gonna start running out of stuff real quick. So we'll do a ender chest in the back, because I think that looks cool. Grindstone there. Anvil there. Chest and lapis. Oh, I gotta get the brewing stand out of there. I want more light, and this frog light will allow that to happen. Now, I don't know if it'll stay lit up, because that's the other thing, is I kind of want to get rid of this. Because then it allows me to let's place this chest. I think best laid plan, chest in the corner. Boop, boop, boop. Right? Yeah. Oh, this is nice. I like this a lot. Okay, and the reason I'm taking that out, because if we throw on mini HUD, we have enough light in here that I don't need a separate light source. And it looks kind of creepy and mysterious. But I think I am still going to throw this in the corner, because I think it adds a certain attitude to this space. I am not putting the brewing stand back in here, because I thought it looked cool, but now that I'm structuring things a little bit differently, I don't think it fits the vibe anymore. I want to get rid of that. Because that looks horrendous. I do like that, though. That looks kind of cool. I think I'll keep that. Nope, that looks bad. That's another thing I'm trying to do over on the growth SMP, is the attitude of like focusing on the build itself, like making sure that I'm taking the time to... Oh, there isn't a crafting table in here. I guess there doesn't really need to be one. I do think I am going to remove... I just like the idea of you coming down here. And again, I'm going to flesh this out a bit more. But coming down here and kind of like discovering it, I think it just looks kind of cool. I am going to get on top now, because we have done enough work around it that I now realize it doesn't look as like dug up as I want it to. Okay, I think this is the top level, and where we're probably going to have to hide some lighting, because it's going to get dark up here. I am really curious about how close to the surface I am right now. Yeah, you see the old remnants of the spiral that used to be there? That's gone. I am very happy in this game that dirt is not affected by gravity, because I think it would be a lot less fun of a game if dirt had gravity too. Excellent. We are right there. Perfect. Also, I don't know if anybody else has this problem, and this is definitely probably going to come off like a first world Minecrafter problem, that I'm in the end game. My sword is too OP, or my shovel is too OP, and I keep getting myself into situations where I dig too much dirt. I know. I don't quite have the same problem with my pickaxe, but I think that's because just the diggability of stone and other things is not nearly as high as the other things. So it's not as affected. Okay, so I definitely am gonna have to hide light up here, so I think what I'll do is just a simple torch. Actually, preferably somewhere that it's not seen, so that way people can't... I want the illusion that the amethyst cluster is just glowing with its own light, because I'm obnoxious. Okay, let's pick up our blocks. Perfect example of where a lay would be super nice. I agree. Dirt would suck if gravity... Yes. I'm also thinking of blocking off the secret tunnel, because this is probably going to be open air, which means the secret tunnel doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm being obnoxious at this point. I think that looks really cool, though. It just opens up and presents itself. Little lantern in the corner. I do think I am gonna make this change, though. Oh. in there. And then I think I want the purple frog light to go there. I think I have one, but I'm gonna have to go track it down. How does that look? That looks okay. That's a nice little structure change. Yeah. We need a purple frog light. Okay, I did have enough inventory space for that. I should have a purple frog light in lights. Okay, I'm gonna bring a quarter stack. Yeah. And I'm gonna have to clean up my inventory. Oh, for a second I thought my elytra was broken. I was just like, I haven't been flying around that much, have I? But no, I think frog lights are going to be a nice little addition to this whole thing because they can blend in. Oh yeah. Yup. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that it lights up there, and I think I'll do the same things on the sides. I think that'll look super nice. So we'll have one there, there, there. Yeah, that's a mood right there. I need the stone one. I think that's all I can move right now. Grab all my amethyst. That's not good. Okay, I think that, yep, that fixed the glitch. I really want them to face that way. Yeah, it looks like it's a light shining through the amethyst because of the way that it cracks like that on the edges. That looks really nice. Oh yeah. That's some good stuff right there. Which means I could probably get rid of this. It'll still look good. Oh yeah. Oh! Oh! That looks so good! I'm so happy with this. What else can go over here? Something should. I just can't think of something else that would be useful in this. Because these are all the things that you normally need. Plus a chest with lapis. And that fishing rod. I am getting 30, right? Yeah, Okay, good. Cool. Yeah, this looks awesome. I do think I should throw a couple underneath. Just to lighten things up. Because eventually I'll cover most of this with amethyst, so the bookshelves aren't shining through. But I want all the light to be coming from the geode rather than anything on the floor. So that way it's like a glowing thing. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Just a little bit like a mouth. Don't like that. I got 3 more amethyst blocks to use though. So maybe I destroy that so that way it frames back out. And destroy that. Kind of looks like the Cave of Wonders. Oh, good. Gotta go to sleep. Hopefully not get attacked by phantoms as I fly, which I shouldn't because they're not as fast as I am. There we go. Haha. Haha. Cool. Look at you. Look at you. Can I hit him? Can I hit him? Can I hit him? Super glitchy. Damn. Yeah, I kind of love that. I think I want to get rid of one more set of stairs, though. Oh, yeah. One more pearlescent frog light. That looks kind of cool. It totally looks like a face now, but... oh, well. It's nice, well lit. How's it look without shaders? Oh, not too bad. That doesn't look too bad. Shaders, it looks better. It looks way better. Cool. So let's pack up. Need my lights box. Oh. It's so many more in here, I feel. Oops. Anyway, moving on. Ores box. This iron in here. Gold I get to break up because I have 64. A lot of stuff I can take into the auto sorter. Lights. And ores. There we go. Yeah, I really like the idea of this being like a floating structure, like in water. Hey, look, iron. I need slabs. Seriously, why don't I have an extra crafting table just there? We'll do some cobblestone slabs. How am I gonna do this? Grab some water. And we'll make an infinite water source by putting this here and grab the middle. And there, grab the middle. There we go. We still have some flowing water. Where's the flowing water? 3 more slabs. Kind of want to dig down 1 more level. I don't like that it's only 1 block deep. I want to add glass. I want to do a lot of things. Not sure I can over there, though, because there's that tunnel. This will do for now. I'm happy with this. This looks good. Yeah, aside from this 1 lantern right here, the rest of this is only lit up by frog lights. I think this looks great. Excellent. Excellent! Ugh. Let's dump off some supplies because our inventory is full. Okay, so cobblestone is going into the let's get into position. So we have coal, nothing to get rid of. Animal drops, we have these. Armor, nothing. Bone meal. This one's just labeled chest. I need to relabel that. Crafted stone. We got some step units. I think that's it. Crafted wood. We do have some spruce planks to drop off. And a spruce door. I don't think... Stone slab. Crafting table. Doors. Oh, that's right. Doors go there, Dustin. Books, nothing. Oh, sounds good. Thank you so much, Pocket Size Bar, for sticking around. I will see you a little bit later. I appreciate you endlessly, and I hope you have a great rest of your time for this Sunday. Thanks, friend. Fences. I should put iron bars in here, too. Or should they go in walls? I don't know anymore. Food, no. Glass and carpet. I do have carpet. Gunpowder, no. Lava, no. Lighting. Mob drops. I don't think I have anything today. Ooh, moss and player heads. Gotta change that. Nothing there. Nothing in nature. Potions. No. Stone. I'm full up on stone, so I don't really need... I think I'm full up on everything in this category. So I can actually drop stuff in the material storage. We're good on raw wood. Redstone we already took care of at our chests. No. The end. No. Okay, so... I think the last thing we need to worry about is putting this amethyst here. So now we got a nice even 42. And I don't think we have to worry about any of the others. Workbenches, we can probably drop that off. Because again, we don't need it right now. And then everything else, I think, can go into the storage. Oh, I can't pick block that? That sucks. Don't need any of those. I'm done with the build that required them. I need to do something about these two. How much gold did I end up with? Just 4? Gross. Put that away. Keep Quispy in my inventory. And I think that's it, right? Everything else is going into... Yep. Cool. So we head all the way to the basement so that way we can drop off all that stuff into the storage bunker. And excellent. That's that. And boop. That'll run. In the meantime, I am going to run to the restroom and I will be right back, friends. All that is going to mean is this screen will go up and I will mute my mic and I will be right back. Thanks. Bet that clicking kind of sounded like a countdown clock to me returning, didn't it? But I am back. I've returned. Those items should be just about out of there, which they are. The hopper's just finishing up the stone. And we drop down here and watch it all fly away. Oops, I picked up a stone on accident. Just drop that off. Watch it all fly up. Just like it was normally shot up. Yeah. I'm actually going to do something real quick. Okay, so if I go there, there, okay. So for a while now, the only way to get in and out of this from any other place aside from the normal like stairs or the drop and stuff like that was this little exit entrance thing that I have over here. But every time you use it, you would get stuck picking up the items that are going through this. So instead, I'd like to do a quick little change to this area and have a drop down of water here, which means basically flooding this whole area of water. So I'm going to need to basically put a water source up here, and I think it will flow in yeah, because like I have this little thing and everything. Yeah, let's get rid of that, because then eventually this whole thing will go away. So I'm going to do that so I can get up here. And then I believe all I have to do is that. None of these are water sources. There we go. Give me that. But the hope is to fill that in, so now this is all that, and then I can drop down here and enter whenever I need to. Awesome. That's what I was looking for. I don't like how it looks kind of weird. Can I just use these two to fix it, or do I need more? I probably need more. Yeah. I like that a lot better than what I had before. And it doesn't obstruct anything, and I can get rid of these. Oh, no, I'll keep this, because this is good access to get up to the top. So then I can, like, get up here, hop on this, hop on here to check why things are stuck or stuff like that. Cool. Awesome. And with that, my friends, I do think it is time for me to call it a day. I appreciate you so much, my friends. Let's get us to a good spot, and then we can sign off. What do you say? Bucket empty, which is not ideal, but it's where we're at. I could probably just head down to my basement real quick, get some water, and then come back up. What did I just hit? I don't even know what that button does. No block to toggle persistence. That's weird. Ah, thank you so much, my friend. Let's go and disconnect from here. Do this, close out of that, swap over to here and to here. Yes. Another Sunday stream in the books. I will try to be back some nights this week. Hopefully, we will get Tears of the Kingdom purchased so that way we can start having some fun with that game on stream and do the Play Me a Story series that I really love to do. But with that, my friends, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for stopping in chat, having great conversations, and just checking in with me on this nice, cool Sunday morning. Design and Conquer, my friends. I will see you at the next one. Goodbye. Oh, it really helps if I hit the right button. Okay. Have a great rest of your day, friends. I will see you next time.